Hi everybody, this is Dr. Eileen here, delivering my virtual adjustment on how to become least vulnerable people. I want to give a big shout out to everyone that's been showing up the last few weeks for these segments, and also a big shout out for folks who are sharing this, because the more information we can share to our community on how to become healthier, the better off we're going to be. So my motivation is to share information to our community on what makes people most vulnerable, and more importantly, share information on choices you can make for yourself, your family, people you care about, on how to become least vulnerable people, right? So my feeling of this COVID-19 situation, again, is that it is absolutely an opportunity to shift lifestyle choices in a positive direction. It's an opportunity to recognize that the lifestyle choices we make can either make us most vulnerable or least vulnerable. And as a 100-year lifestyle chiropractor, I've been sharing how I educate our patients and our community on how to become least vulnerable people, healthier, stronger, and least vulnerable. And one of the tools that we've been talking about is the fitness formula, fitness acronym, right? So FIT equals N squared ESS, and the N squared ESS stands for neurology, nutrition, endurance, strength, and structure. Those are the 5 principles of the 100-year lifestyle. And when those 5 systems can be balanced and healthy, then the immune system can be firing all cylinders and working to protect the body 24/7, 365 all the time. So, and it's important, it's really key to understand, is that we don't have to live in fear of the COVID-19 or any other virus, because we are equipped with systems that actually defend and protect us. And it's important to understand, like we talked about last week, that everything in your body is controlled and coordinated through the nervous system. So the brain communicates through about 45 miles of nervous system network to every cell tissue in body, or every cell tissue in the body, right? It's your body's, we call it your body's natural IT system. So when the brain and the nerve IT system can communicate clearly and free of interference to every cell tissue in the body functions better, is stronger, and less vulnerable, right? So my virtual adjustment for today, I'm going back to the fitness formula, the N squared, neurology and nutrition. And the nutrition part is kind of a 2-part segment. And today I'm going to talk, part 1 segment is how nutrition affects the digestive system function. And the second part, next week, I'm going to talk about the fuel that you put into the digestive system. So on the fitness formula, right? What controls our digestive system? Good guess, the nervous system. So when the brain and the nervous system can communicate clearly and free of interference to the muscles of our digestive system is going to be stronger and healthier. And part of our virtual adjustment post today, I posted we posted, Maria, thank you, Stress Less. And on this post, there's a link that will take you to an article called Why Stress Affects Everyone Differently. And the reason I'm pulling stress into today's segment on neurology and nutrition is stress has a definite effect on the physiology of the body. And research supports, it's well documented, that stress can cause and affect most vulnerable type conditions. According to WebMD, several of the top 10 stress-related conditions are heart disease, asthma, obesity, diabetes. Those are all most vulnerable conditions, as well as other conditions like gastrointestinal problems, headaches, and accelerated aging. So stress is 100% a nervous system reaction that causes the heart to beat faster, makes it harder to breathe, tenses our muscles, tightens our stomach. And when the body has a reaction to stress, how it interprets stress, either if it's real or imagined, it triggers a response from the brain down the spine through the IT system to every cell in the body. So how can one word, stress, cause so many different problems and affect people so differently when the actual stress reaction is relatively the same in everyone? And the answer is kind of simpler than you might think. The difference can be a result of the body being in a pre-stressed state. And when the body's in a pre-stressed state, it makes it weaker and way more vulnerable to the effects of stress, right? And one of those pre-stress conditions is nerve interference in the spine called a vertebral subluxation. And vertebral subluxations are caused by stress and injuries to the spine that affect the spine's alignment, affects the balance and the mobility of the spine. So remember from last week's segment, and what we talked about earlier, is when there's misalignments and nerve interference, it causes a bad cell phone connection from the brain to the body. And when there's a bad cell phone connection, it's going to weaken the body. The nervous system can weaken any system of the body, like the digestive system, and make it way more vulnerable to the effects of stress. So it's important at any age to have the spine and the nervous system checked for vertebral subluxations and nerve interference, because this nerve interference can create a pre-stressed state, right? Good news is chiropractic adjustments remove the nerve interferences at the spine, allowing your brain and your IT system to communicate more clearly and freely like a good cell phone connection, and keeping the body free of nerve interference helps it heal faster, helps it be healthier and stronger and less vulnerable. So this includes the digestive system. Before I can talk about the nutrition or the fuel that goes into the digestive system, it's important to understand that the more clearly the brain and the nervous system can communicate to the muscles of the digestive system, then it's going to process the fuel you're putting in there a whole lot better. And what's also really important for people to understand is that when you have the healthy nervous system, healthy digestive system, that's a really key support for a healthy immune system. So a couple other tools that I want to talk about for the virtual adjustments today that help your nervous system and your digestive system. One is very simple. It's breathing. Research shows that when you do deep diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing, okay, it actually helps to quiet the stress part of the nervous system, called the sympathetic nervous system, and it actually helps to support part of the nervous system that is the calming part of the nervous system, called the parasympathetic nervous system. And when the sympathetics are quieter and the parasympathetic, the calming part of the nervous system is more activated, it actually helps the digestive system work better. So another really important tool for a healthy nervous system and healthy digestive system is moving. Several segments ago we talked about the effects of sitting. Sitting has such a negative effect on the spine, on the structure, on the nervous system, which can also have a very negative effect on the digestive system. So simple things like getting up and going for a walk, moving our body throughout the day is such a key component in supporting our nervous system and our digestive system, which is also going to help our immune system, which is also going to make our body less pre-stressed and less vulnerable. So that's my virtual adjustment for today. Thanks for listening. Again, I am going to address the fuel part of it because I have been getting some questions specifically on nutrition and fuel, and I am going to get there, but I thought it was important to understand how the nervous system affects the digestive system first. So tune in next week to Orange Chiropractic and Family Fitness for Dr. Eileen's virtual adjustment. Thanks for listening. I hope you learned something. And like I said, if you can share this with the community, it's going to help our community be healthier, stronger, and less vulnerable. Thank you. Have a great day. I know how to turn it off now. Bye.